Hello, my beautiful Geminis. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, getting ready to do your July 2019 tarot readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And of course, for those that are returning, thank you so much. I love you guys. Your support of the channel, as I always tell you and gush over, is overwhelming, and reading and connecting with you guys is an absolute honor and always will be. So thank you. For those that want to reach out to me for to book a personal reading or to inquire about frankincense and myrrh kits, those are there's a wait list for that right now. Just see the email addresses below. Anything is in the description, guys. You can always check that out for how to get in contact with me as well, okay? Please also be patient because I'm doing everything manually. So, with regards to like the administrative stuff, so invoicing and bookings and replying. So just bear with me. And if it's been longer than I would say about 10 days since you've gotten a reply, I would email me again. Okay. It's funny. That was for me. So yeah. And for those that timestamp the prayer, thank you. Please continue to do so prior to the prayer. That's such a pet peeve of mine. And for those that are new, I do smoke pot. It's not the nature of this, okay? As those who have been with the channel already know. So feel free to smoke with me. If not to worry, okay? All right, guys, I'm about ready to get into this here. I've been smudging and praying and all that good stuff here. So I'm about ready to go here. For Geminis for July, okay? All right, guys. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, thank you for connecting me with the collective sign of Gemini. Please allow me to communicate to them the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels for everything you do, for the collective and I, all your healing energy, all your support, all your protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So thank you, Father God, and amen. All right, guys. Let's see what's going on for Gemini for the month of July. I'm using the Venetian Tarot deck by Eugene Wallace as your primary 9-card spread. The Ramses Tarot by something I can't pronounce. The Doreen Virtue Love Oracle deck, and then the Amenti Oracle deck, if we have time. Okay, your overall energy for this 9-card spread. And it's so funny, the Chariot represents Cancerian season and energy, and this is exactly what we're talking about. So we know that time is an illusion, and I don't usually speak on time frames and things like that, but if there's ever an indication of time and this reading being present during a specific time it would be Cancerian season, with the Chariot being your overall energy, meaning this spread is referring to this season. Now, outside of timing, the Chariot is just talking about maybe a burst through the gate, victory, it's like a path became, it's like, I'm getting a really funny image, and I'm struggling to explain it. It's because the image isn't complete because I need more cards. Either way, this is a fantastic energy, guys. Any stagnation you've been experiencing, trust and believe whatever efforts that you've made to come out of stagnation. Okay? It's like that push, praying until something happens. You're not just sitting there. They're doing you. It's like things are about to pick up. Those efforts are about to start reaping rewards. You're going to start understanding the true essence of victory, not the narcissistic, low vibrational version of victory. Okay? That we are so pressed to inherit or maintain. No, 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 no. This victory is very unique and special to you, right? So let's see what this is all about. First card out is the Star. So you've got Cancerian energy and you have Aquarius energy, 2 major arcana right out of the gate. This victory is a reflection of all the healing that has been completed up until this point. And it's like, that's why I said this victory is unique to you, because the healing you've done and the path and the infrastructures you tore down and the new ones, all of that is specific to you. But this is a direct result of immense healing you've done, okay? And somehow this victory is tied to a dream or a wish fulfillment that you had during this time. So it was like while you were healing, there was almost like the sense of, this is what I'm healing for, or this is what I want when I reach a better place. And you reach said place, and that victory is exactly what it was that you were manifesting during this time of healing. All right? Beautiful energies, guys. I hope this is... Okay, so let's put this overall energy aside for a second, like we always do. Your first card out being the Star, second card out. And guys, for those that are new, your main card spread is always upright. I use reversals for the clarifiers. It's always been this way, okay? So just know that you will get those two. Anyway, 2 of Pentacles. All right, beside the Star, let's see what that's all about. Ooh. The 3 of Cups. Some of you are juggling maybe between people, dreams. Interesting. 4th card out. Wow. We've got the Soulmate, 6 of Cups under the Star. Maybe healing from, a soulmate connection that karmically you hadn't reconciled within and healed within yourself, right? And maybe that was what a lot of the healing was. It was like these broken soulmate relationships were really these karmic cycles, and what you learned from them and all the healing that you did for yourself, but inherently for, of course, your bloodline. Because with the 6 of Cups, these are... this is pathology. This is the card of pathology for me. Anytime I see this, I know whatever we're talking about is deep seated in that person's childhood or ancestry. That's why this is the card of past life relationships. Exactly. That's part of your ancestry. These past life relationships, no matter how much they're glamified, take out the twin flame soulmate labels, these past life relationships that come back, they have a lot of the issues, stereotypical, social, religious, racial issues that we're dealing with. And those issues have been the reason somehow how these people have not been able to get it together. But they come back trying to heal. I'm going to do a whole other video surrounding like pathology and my thoughts around it and the inner child work healing. I've already actually recorded a couple of videos for this new series I'm going to start, which is Downloads of a Lightworker. I just wanted to have like a little library kind of set up before I just started, shooting them off. But they're just a side note. I'll always still do your monthlies, whether I get mid-monthlies out to you or not. But anyways, it looks like some of you did a lot of inner child work, pathology healing. What I don't understand, though, is this juggling and this 3 of Cups. So we'll look into that more, okay? In the middle of your spread, wow, we've got the 6 of Swords. So that is movement, travel. We've got 2 6s. for some of you, I don't know how long it's been, but for some of you, you are just coming to a place where you're ready to be social and celebratory again. I think whatever healing had to occur was very isolated you. I think this level of pain and this kind of healing was done alone. It kind of reminds me of the hermit in a sense, right? It's like all this light in contrast to darkness, you know, just like the hermit and the lantern. So it's this healing though, and this new understanding and this higher, lighter vibration that is coming over Gemini is moving you into a new place. And I'm curious to see where it's taking you to, because I think that might explain a little bit more about this Two of Pentacles energy, which has been following quite a few of the signs during Gemini season. I don't know if that has to do with like the twinning and I don't know, but I have seen the Two of Pentacles in a lot of people's readings. And I chalk it up to juggling of realities. I mean, it could be juggling of anything, but a lot of people are juggling their old reality and their new one. A lot of people are struggling with that right now because it's that transition phase, right? Between the death and the rebirth. I speak of this transition phase, and that's exactly where the star does its best work. The healing, that intense healing, that learning how to shine from the darkest place, right? Anyway, let me just carry on. The sixth, wow, the Magician under the Three of Cups. For some of you, in the inner work and healing that you did, you realized there was this soulmate connection might not be a lover. It could be a childhood friend, a sibling, somebody you have a very close bond with. And I think that the healing, maybe you yourself had maybe a breakup, or there was a romantic relationship that kind of went on the fritz, or it caused you to do like this inner reflection and healing. I'm getting hermit energy off of that star. But anyway, you stumbled upon, because like I said, when you go through this pathology, right, there's going to be other players, not just lovers, that pop up, where there were similar patterns or things like this, feelings for good or for bad. And it's like, for some of my Gemini, this could be you or another family member. It's like their healing brought up your relationship with them or your relationship with somebody else, like a family member. And it looks like for some of my Geminis, you're trying to manifest a way to move from the old murky waters, which you were too used to playing with this person, and move into more clear waters, a new experience maybe across the bay, right? And it's like, I'm getting the idea of maybe possibly wanting to manifest. And when I say a new start, it's more of just like, it's like moving to a new place with connections, juggling whether or not enough healing has happened to be able to bring something together. Maybe it could be family. Sometimes with our nucleus family, and when I refer to nucleus, I'm talking like brothers, sisters, mother, father, when they go through huge traumas, you know what I mean? Things like deaths, divorce, things like this. It can really move the relationships, the remaining relationships can get really fragmented, dissolve. I mean, people pick sides. I mean, it could get very nasty. And it looks like somebody's individual healing, whether yours, Gemini, or somebody's else, has brought maybe an idea of resolve or the hope, because the star is also hope, a renewed hope within the healing that has occurred to move from a dark space into a better one with a soul connection of any kind, whether platonic, romantic, nucleus family. There's a sense of juggling whether or not It is possible. So these two realities could be, you know, the way the family is, or this relationship, the state of it is now, and the state of the realistic possibility of how it can be, should, okay, both or all people be willing to get in the boat and move. Because Gemini, in all fairness to you, not everybody's going to want to go in the boat with you to, you know, better waters. Some people like swimming in the piss water that they're in. Okay. You know, we all have dabbled in the dark waters, but most of us want to go to clear waters. Not everyone. Some people have concreted comfort in the shit that they are embedded in. And why? Because pathology says this is normal. That's why, folks, you got to decide, are you one of the people that is coming here to tear down shitty infrastructures? I don't care. I'll talk about that shit till I'm blue in my motherfucking face, because that is the whole purpose of this shit. Straight up. Whether it's about romance, whether it's about family members, whether it's about your careers and the abundance that you want, like, what's the bigger picture? You know? And it looks like for some Geminis, there's somebody moving away from an ideal of superficiality, and they're coming to the root of what matters, which are these bonds, which are the emotions you share with people, the connections. Because then what's the abundance for? You know what I mean? Then how great can the romance make you feel if there isn't this? You know, it's just like it's moving away from one reality into another one that's a lot more lighter. But it could be an unknown space. Like, maybe this is the first time Gemini or this person has crossed this bay. Because eventually this boat gets there. And look how beautiful it is when you arrive. You see that? Wow. And what's really, really cool. Wow. Yeah, these are you two people. For a lot of you, there's an opportunity, Gemini, okay, for a childhood relationship, a soulmate connection, a past life relationship, okay, to move in from dark waters into a more victorious, lighter, higher vibrational energy. These people are here. They're the same people. And this is them in their purest form. This is how God, the divine, views us. Like, a lot of people, they say that, like, if you dream of babies and stuff like that, that it's like it's a symbol of angels. And I believe that, but I think the reason why they're depicted to us as babies is because that's how they see us. You know, they see us as babies that they tend to and care and are raising up. You know, raising up. And what they're raising a lot of Geminis watching, or the people closest to you, is how to move from these dark, murky waters into lighter waters. But this Six of Swords can occur in many other ways. But from what I'm looking here, this is a big deal. Why? Because it's moving from one reality to a completely new one. And that's even harder if you're doing it with somebody from the old reality. Because there has to be a synchronicity between these two people to go and work together and move together. They have to ultimately be manifesting the same thing. That's why a lot of the time people will, when they do this with realities, they'll leave one relationship, one social group, one, you know, house, whatever. And then to inherit the new reality, and the new people and the new relationships and the new whatever associated with it. But what if there is people or someone from the old reality that wants to come, or that you want to come? That's when it gets tricky. That's when I talk to you about not everybody can come. But then some people can, especially if they're manifesting the same destination. A lot of you are connecting with somebody who is synchronistically brought to you because they are manifesting the same journey. Some of you don't know this person yet, and you will meet them en route. But I, quite frankly, because they're already in the boat here, for some of my Geminis, you are moving with someone into a better space, and it is going to feel quite victorious when you realize that you have overcome this journey. Because the Six of Swords, that journey could be treacherous, or it could be a light little, ferry ride. But you approach your destination victoriously. And when you get to this spot, I think it's a lot more beautiful than you thought. There's almost this fool energy of this leap of faith to get in the boat and go somewhere maybe you haven't been, or maybe you only got word that it's nice over here. And you get there and you're like, wow, why didn't I go here a long time ago? Well, because you were juggling realities, right? Maybe you did have to leave a soulmate connection behind because where you were trying to go, they weren't. Or maybe it is a soulmate connection that you go and you embark on this journey to this place with. Or for some of you, you're going to meet this person when you pick the reality that is truest to you and embark because you intuitively knew that this always existed for you. Why? Because you agreed to it. God showed you the contract before you came here, right? So it's like some of you bucked that person in their own boat only to decide to go there together, the rest of the way together. So it's going to play out very differently for a lot of people. But I do see this is really good energy. This is the card of reconciling and celebrating because, you guys are back together, or, you got the gang back together, or, the old gang. Maybe there was a group of friends that you had and it was like there's been years of discord only to gain healing individually, be brought together by the universe, and shit. It's like old times, but better. Everybody's grown now. Everybody's more mature now, kind of energy, right? So yeah, that's really good so far. Let me put this all back so we can keep going. So I'm hearing some people are wondering, so with this here, some people are, Gemini, you may be wondering if it's possible to manifest and bring about some kind of reconciliation or healing between you and a person. If it's you and a person, this is because it was a third-party situation in the past, and it's wondering if this could be brought together. But it could just be a family group, friends, because some shit went down. And it's like, Gemini, you might be wondering if it's even possible. There might be somebody involved in this that is maybe not as healed or is maybe less open, right? Because then that will make it tough bringing everybody together. Or if it's just one person and you and a romantic partner and, this is healing has taken place and it's a soulmate relationship, then it'd most likely have been a third-party situation. And again, it's the same idea is healing, manifesting healing on the priority list here, and someone out of these people is wondering if it's possible, and it's probably, if not both, then the person who orchestrated and was juggling 3 people. Okay, and that if that's the case, then they'll probably communicate on harbor because somebody has already left. Somebody has already made their way to their 10 of Pentacles. It's the same gold in the 10 of Pentacles in this deck, which is also the same gold behind the Magician, because that's exactly what the Magician is manifesting. That gold aura is also God aura. It's like it's purity, it's beauty, it's warmth, it's sun, right? Anyway, let's keep on going. I'm gonna put some more frankincense on here. nice stone. I'm so cheap with my own frankincense. It's like gold to me. I hope you guys appreciate that I burned this for you guys in your readings. I love you guys, you know. Keeps the energy good, it keeps it clean, it keeps my own preconceived notions and 3D thoughts out at bay. It allows me to really just be as neutral and as as possible. Okay. Let's keep on a roll here. All right. 7th card out. You've got the 5 of Wands. Yeah, this is the conflict. So that there's been a lot of healing. But I think it's been with the individual people. Some of you are dealing with some family conflict, some social group conflict, or if it is a relationship conflict, then it's with like a soulmate. It could be a karmic. It could be, the labels don't even matter, but it is this soul bond, right? That feeling of kin, which even makes it harder when having to reconcile or move past deceit, conflict. It's closer to home, right? It can be very easy when you're dealing, if somebody, hurts you, you're dating and somebody, you find out somebody has a third person. I mean, it might hurt you, but you'll move on. But if you find out you're in a third party, or if you're having conflict and you have like close people who you've grown up with and who've always been a part of your life are now in conflict and estranged, that's going to affect you differently. It's going to require a different level of healing. And it looks like some healing's been done, and there is the sense of wanting to manifest moving away from conflict. But it's almost like in order to do that, you have to address the conflict head on, because the positioning of this 5 of Wands in your spread is after the healing, after possible reconciliation, after this boat ride. And I believe it's all of this is in between. Like, it's so cool how the 6 and the Chariot came out, because in this deck, it's like the same boat, but it looks so like it's the exact same boat arriving. It looks so like music should be playing. Like, it's just so, like, it gave me a bit of chills. Some of you have been on a journey and are about to approach victoriously to a destination. A lot of you overcame a lot of conflict already, okay? And it's just, but it didn't stop you from manifesting what you knew was for you, what you knew was right. And it's like, it's really, I hope I'm explaining it well, because it really is beautiful what I'm seeing here with Gemini. What you're doing for yourself and how you are truly backing up your own reality. Maybe you were the one juggling, but it wasn't juggling 2 people. It was juggling, the reality of what things are now, like now, the state of something now, and the possibility of how it could be if healing and light is applied. So for a lot of my Geminis, you did a lot of healing on yourself. You did the internal, external theory, right? So you healed yourself, you went dolo, you did the healing on your own, and then you tried to find ways to bring your healing about to other people. And that's what light work is, and that's how it starts. You start by finding your light, seeing how it affects you, how it brings you healing, and then how you can bring healing to the people around you. And then from there, bring healing to people you don't even know. Right? So for a lot of my Geminis, these are the preliminary stages of stepping into mission, per se. These are the life lessons. These are the things you learn, right? And it all stemmed from the work you did. There were certain things about you that you didn't like, that you acknowledged and you realized needed your attention. And you gave it your attention, and all it did was make you shine brighter. And now Gemini is looking out to the people around them and saying, how can my light affect you? That's how this shit is done. Like, these are the collectives I bring to me, like light workers. That's why I'm telling you, light workers learned how to shine the way they did coming from dark places, man. That's why they're able to help you heal things, dark things, because they've been there and they learned how to heal it in themselves. So Gemini is really, really great work, okay? And if you are juggling the idea of potentially or trying to bring something into, like if you truly feel like you want to attempt to bring something together or move it into better waters, just know whatever attempts you do are a reflection of you. Whatever response you get is a reflection of them. Do not doubt your healing. Do not doubt your success. Do not doubt yourself if people don't want to reconcile or if people don't want to move with you to better waters, because the fact of the matter is you're going here regardless. If you can do some healing, some purging, and tie up loose ends en route, why not? Right? Like, this is about you, you know? And it's like, if that's what you want to go do, go ahead and do that. If you feel you can manifest healing and growth and development, do that too. But don't beat yourself up internally if external conflict comes about, or don't allow people to lash out at you if they're not ready to bring something together or, you know, heal something. Like, you wanting to heal something and being the bigger person and showing your healing and how you've changed, it's like, that's about you. You get to keep that. That's not, I just felt like to say that because for some of you, you are going to try, and for some of you, you're not going to get a great response. And I don't want that to put you back to where you were before. I don't want that to be a step back for you, right? I don't want you to regret manifesting whatever it was that you did, because the fact of the matter is this is a beautiful reflection of the healer that you are. You know what I mean? And how you can see, you know, it's like the twins, the eyes at the back of your head. You know, you can see potential outcome, okay? Maybe when people can't because of what they're looking at. It's like it's the eyes at the back of your head. You might see at the back of your head that there is an opportunity for healing and reconciliation in some form or fashion, but there is a potential that somebody involved doesn't. And I don't want you to give up hope. And that doesn't necessarily mean give up hope on the reconciliation, but give up hope on your abilities to heal situations with your love and your optimism and your encouragement and your knowing of what's just. The twins, Libra, they're balanced energy, or at least they should be, because if they're not, should be all fucked up. All right, and then you've got I swear I'm not plugging Tim Hortons. I just need my coffee. The 8th card out is the Wheel of Fortune. You've got a lot of major arcana. You've got the Chariot, the Magician, the Star, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this looks like there is, like I said, whatever you do to try to bring healing to something, it's your karmic cycle. Like, God's going to see that and see your efforts, regardless of how you're received, regardless of, you know, because it's like, you can't control. I don't want you to regret trying to heal something if somebody does that, because that's not your problem. They stopped an opportunity to gain healing. For whatever reason, that's their fault. And their karmic cycle will be to learn that. The whole forgiving and learning card, yeah, that's a thing. That's a karmic lesson. That's a cycle. Okay, and there's no way of learning how to forgive and learn if you haven't fucked somebody over or hurt somebody's feelings or been hurt, or you get what I'm saying? It's part of it. But narcissism stops us from thinking we either hurt people or whatever. So it stops up there's a block in this whole forgiving and learning, because narcissism stops us from seeing each other, ourselves clearly. The victim mentality. How can you forgive and learn if you're running around feeling like a victim? A lot of you are ascended enough to forgive and learn a situation that is coming here and be open to an opportunity for healing over some conflict. With these people, a lot of you, this is a nucleus family that's really tight, that's going through some nasty conflict. And I don't know what triggered this. Could have been anything. Could have been always how it's been. But there is an opportunity to end this way of relating, because this way of relating isn't healthy. But this is what happens when we maintain the connections that we had when we were kids with people. People are so desperate to attach to things that when we make these bonds with siblings, parents, even whatever, you know, you might be with somebody you've known since you were young, but the problem is their dynamic is the exact same as it was when they were young. They have not detached. Bonds is key. And these bonds, they're outdated, they're old, they're toxic, because they were supposed to be severed and new bonds were supposed to be created when you became adults. Some of you, the issue isn't, some of you wonder why I love this person and it doesn't work out. It's because the dynamic that you have with them is old and doesn't work anymore. You have to continue. People are like, well, I've known this person. I know this person. I've known them for 10 years. I know this person. I know them for 10 years. So you're telling me that they've stopped developing, growing, learning themselves. Like, it's not a book. People are not books. People's unwillingness to actually get to know people because they narcissistically believe they already know them is stopping a depth of love and relating, a healthy form of relating that we all deserve, and it's about time we implement. So if you have a sibling dynamic, for example, and you love your sibling and you've grown up, you know, out the sandbox together, okay? But you guys have a toxic dynamic. It's probably because you're still relating like you did when you were 10, except for you're adults now. So people on the outside probably thinks it looks funny or inappropriate, or your each other's spouses might be like, this dynamic is just not, like, it's fucked up. And maybe that was established, and then there's been time where I haven't spoke to my brother in this long, I haven't spoke to my sister in this long, you know, I haven't spoke to the person I love in this long, and whatever. And some healing was done by individuals, whether both of you individually or you, Gemini, individually. And through that healing, these connections, or this connection, came about again. But there was some kind of maybe potential, if you didn't see it, it was a desire to bring it into better waters, manifest a new location, a new bond, a new, you know, energy, a new beginning, you know, move from where we are, where this can move from where we are now, the reality we're living now, and move forward to the new reality. This Chariot card is like almost emotionally, it's so grand. And underneath it, the Four of Wands. That's really nice. I'm like, that's really nice. It really is, Gems. It really is, because this is actually a very, very good reading. It's a bit emotional and a bit deep, meaning like the nature. That's why I'm like, if it's not romantic, then it's sibling, it's nucleus family, you know, it's a soulmate connection. It's yeah. And it's like the work that you did to create healthier ways of relating to yourself made you want to revisit really close relationships to see if that healthier way could be applied. And if applied, would it move us to a better space? So that's really healthy thinking. That's really beautiful, Gemini, that you come out of your own healing and the first thing you want to do is heal other people, with people. It's really beautiful. And then the last card, Justice. And I saw this. I said the twins, Libra, the scales balance. It's the balance you deserve, that you earned due to your own karmic understanding. You create this justice. The justice that you beg for externally, you create internally. If you depend on the world outside you to balance these scales, you end up imprisoned to a point where the balance seems impossible to ever gain. This balance is yours. This justice is yours first. And then it does, like all things in the law of attraction, happens outwardly. It's like people won't treat you well if you allow them. Yeah, because you didn't create this justice for yourself inside of yourself. For some of you, though, that's very simple. That's why I say, Gemini, it's like if you feel drawn to bring healing to a situation, then that's what you should do, because karmically, this is about you, not them. Karmically, this is about you and doing what's right for you, what you were instinctually told to do, proving to yourself who you are, okay, and how you impact. Some of you are going to step into mission. Some of you, if you've been in legal battles, I can't speak on if it's going to happen in your favor or not. That's not for me to say, but you're definitely, looks like by the end of July, moving out of this conflict with some kind of resolve, meaning this is balanced out. However, I don't know. It will balance out, though. This is wrapping up. Okay. Actually, yeah, it is very possible that it actually happens in your favor. And I only say that because it's the Three of Cups, Magician, and then the Justice. So it almost looks like you're celebrating the very win that it was that you manifested. Very possible. But who knows? Don't come to me if you lost some legal shit. That's not my problem. All right, let's get into clarification. Guys, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Okay, and let me know your thoughts if this is resonating, if you guys are in the healing vibes, if you are feeling like, and this could be a reconciliation that you swore you would never do. Like this could be something you said, I will never fucking deal with these people again. I will never da. But like I said, these types of relationships are a little different. They're not as easy to disconnect from. Why? Because they're meant to have, like, you're only able to disconnect once the lesson's over. It's almost like once the lesson's over, if you try to stay connected, the universe will keep ripping you apart. It's the same thing. You can't avoid them because there's still lessons to be had. It's like these relationships are different. Why? Because they were agreed upon in the heavens over that fountain. Like this is them before reincarnating, say, okay, I'm going to meet you here and here at this time. God said we have to execute this and this, and we have to raise the vibration, and that we are going to tear down all the fucked up infrastructures that we were exposed to the last time we were incarnated together. So this time, do we have a plan? Do we got a mission? Bet. Okay, cool. See you in a few. Boom. That's why their connections are a little bit different. Right? Okay. That was such a cute little dialogue I saw of these kids at a fountain, like, with their little missions. Got the King of Cups in reverse. Some of you, it was after a divorce. Like, if you're older, there was a split between the siblings. And it had to do, it was almost like if there's a dynamic of three of you, one of you decided to go stay with like the dad or something, or pick the dad's side or something like that. And it kind of got nasty. I'm also, like I said, Geminis, you guys got to be open. Not everybody wants the healing. Not everybody wants the healing. And why I say that is because I don't think somebody is ready to express their emotions yet. They're still holding back. I don't even get this kid's being manipulative. He's just shut down. He or she is just completely emotionally shut down, and it might be that they're not ready for all of this to be brought up again, or is possibly afraid of going back into a karmic cycle of conflict, which I'm getting the impression Gemini is trying to convince is over. So that could be tricky in how that plays out. I mean, it's like, that's why I think you need to remove the expectation of how you think it's going to work out and play out, and just release to the fact that you want to make your efforts to heal a situation, and that it's in God's hands, the way it's received, and what will come about the healing once you've taken the steps that you can, because the rest of it's out of your control. And I am getting the energies that for some of you, you're not going to get the reaction that you want, and it's not going to make you think, it's not going to make you feel like how you think it's going to make you feel when I just said it. You're going to clearly see that this person isn't ready. They themselves haven't done the healing, Gemini, that you have. And instead of taking it personally, I think you're actually seeing that. And that's also part of the justice that comes to you. It's that you see that this isn't about you. That whatever conflict that you contributed to or that you were a part of, you cleared your karma. And you didn't try to bring healing just because you didn't get the result you wanted. You brought healing. Because now this king is going to go and be all fucked up about the healing you tried to bring in. And then this person's angels are going to be all on them talking about, you really rejected an opportunity to heal, and what's wrong? Like it's that energy, right? Like they're going to have to deal with that, but you won't, right? Keep pushing forward. Keep letting light lead your actions, your intentions. Don't worry about how other people do it. Okay? Not everybody is on the fucking way. Not everybody's OTW, man. Okay, wow, the Hierophant. More major arcana. The Hierophant brings in all of this. Understands, teaches, and brings in all of this. He will teach people. People will go to the Hierophant, whether male or female, and get real information about karmic justice and how to move in order to keep these scales balanced. Okay? The Hierophant has an understanding and will teach, because that's divine masculine energy for a fact, will teach you how to manifest the things that are best for you, so that your will falls in line with the will of the divine, and that the amazing life that you agreed to actually manifests here because you willed it, not because fear stopped you from believing it was even possible. And the Hierophant has a very deep understanding of, again, these karmic cycles and the scales and the dance that these scales do while this cycle spins. The Hierophant will teach you about all the healing that you will gain and all the hope you need to maintain. Okay? This energy is very important to the collective. And we all have it inside of us. We all have a Hierophant, a bossy ass fucking Hierophant inside of us that just knows what time it is. And it's love that opens you up to the dialogue with God. You don't need tarot. You don't even need church, fam. You just need to sit down, pray, look up to God, and ask him whatever the fuck it is you want. And he will tap into the high priest and the high priestess in you, and he will tell you everything. Everything. There's nothing in this connection that I've learned that I've gone to him and asked him that he hasn't showed me, told me, made me feel, made me see, made me hear. Nothing. It got to the point where I actually was like, maybe I shouldn't ask so many things. Maybe he's busy. You know, I swear I was like, and then my spirit guide said it doesn't work like that, you know. Ask away, you know. I'm like, okay, are you sure? Like, because I got questions for days. I've been like that since a kid. I had questions for days. What time is it? Oh, shit. Okay, we're going to go to the romance angel real quick. Nope. I have to take it. True love and deception. This is the overcoming the healing. Like I said, not everybody's going to be open. You know, there's loving connections here that need healing, that have been broken and damaged, that are not meant to be severed. They're meant to be healed. There are connections in your life that you were meant to detach from, let go, and move on from. And then there are connections in your life that you were not meant to do that with. You were meant to reconcile it and go through all the painful lessons of learning how to do that, heal relationships through the inward work that you do and healing that you do, and then how that plays out externally. Okay? And ultimately the victory and the movement forward that it propels on your own karmic cycle. It's like, but there's this sense of deception. Somebody is going to question your intentions of why you want to heal the situation, only for you to be like, them push you away, for them to come back in a couple of months to you and be like, okay, I understand that you were being sincere. And now you're going to have to test yourself again. Like, are you open to the healing still? Because it really hurt you when they rejected you. Some relationships are meant to be severed. Some of them aren't. But the ones that weren't meant to be severed aren't perfect. I thought you guys knew that perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. There's no perfect man. There's no perfect bitch. There's no perfect nothing. Perfection is a lie. We should all be cool with just how things are, because things are blessed. Okay, these masks that we wear, and these, like, I keep going into these rants. I'm sorry, guys. Do love. Some of you are going to free yourself. So you guys do an act of trying to reconcile or heal something. You're going to free yourself regardless. Okay? Whatever steps you want to take to healing, you're going to free yourself regardless. Okay? But for some of you, it's like you free yourself because this person doesn't see your true intent, and they are projecting their own deceptive, non-open ways of healing onto you. So you free yourself because of that, because you realize that, you know, if you learn that if somebody isn't willing to heal or get in the boat and move with you, then you have to keep going. You know, that's not your problem. But for some of you, it's going to bring about a new love into the connection. It's going to play out differently. But the point is I think that in this reading, I think you all should make the effort to try to heal something if you can. If you truly think it will bring about the balance and the justice. And some of you are just juggling simply, if that's even possible. You have to decide. That's up to you to decide if that's possible. But I think you make it possible. And you have to surrender the rest, because you're going to free yourself of the burden of whatever you felt that it was you contributed to in this conflict. So these justice scales, like I said, they're never, if you look for outside people to balance it for you, you're fucked. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap up your reading there, my beautiful Geminis. Okay. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I love you guys so much. Until the next time I see you, please continue to let your inner angels live. Bye for now.